Let me get this out of the way first. I was fully expecting this movie to suck turds and to enjoy it anyway.
What have I done?
Let me get this out of the way first. I was fully expecting this movie to suck turds and to enjoy it anyway. It would have been really easy for Hasbro to slapdash a CG mess of moving pictures, throw a recognizable star into cast, and run away with the short-term profits, which would be very in line with their overall business strategy. I mean, just look at all the other franchise movies coming out. They're not exactly pillars of quality. And look, I know these movies aren't trying to win Oscars. They just want to get butts in seats, entertain as many people as they can. It's not trying to attain high art, but like, there's a difference between good schlock and bad schlock. Just because you don't want an Oscar sweep doesn't mean you get a pass to be a bad movie. And a lot of these movies can't even be so bad that they're good. I mean, they can't even be entertainingly bad. They gotta be boring bad. Just a muscly dude with CGI fighting a CGI bad guy. That was what I was fully expecting with Honor Among Thieves. Hasbro prided this movie out of Courtney Solomon's hands after he did just really good job with the first D&D movies, and I was ready to sit down and watch a visionless, time-waster Marvel clone, and maybe catch some monsters I have the miniatures of. Boy was I wrong, and I was wrong in the best way possible. You sit down in the theater and you're thinking, oh hey, this is pretty neat. Story's easing you in, the characters seem likable, and the effects, they look pretty cool. Chris Pine has a daughter he's trying to get back, and it looks like the story's on its way, and then tempo starts to pick up. We get new characters with crazy cool abilities, and they're written pretty well. There's action, magic, more well-written characters, more magic, more action. Once they hit the second act low point, you're thinking, oh great, now it's time for the boring Jeff Winger, we can do this team speech from Edgin. But no, the character's speech is actually really well written, and it makes you feel closer to the characters. Now you're fully invested in the plot of the movie, and you get to the end where the characters are pushing themselves beyond their limits physically and emotionally while they're heisting and fighting. And then you get to the end of the movie, all the characters have gone through their own arcs and they've grown together. This movie is just super good. But why? What makes this movie good? What sets this apart from all the other movies that are coming out? I mean, probably the characters. I mean, come on, what's not to like? Each character has their own unique identity and relationship with each other. They're all unique, but never out of place. It makes sense why all these ragtag adventurers work together. They also complement each other really well. They have this Guardians of the Galaxy style of found family where they drive each other crazy, but just barely accomplish what they're looking out for. The fact that they all start at differing levels of failure gets us to see them as underdogs, which makes us want to root for them. I think that's all because of the dialogue, though. I mean, these characters talk like real people. There's no high fantasy Lord of the Rings dialogue. It's modern American English. I mean, yeah, there are some Marvel quippy moments, but it's done so much better than most Marvel movies. The quips are all very in character, and since all the characters talk differently, it doesn't feel like the same humor all the time. The humor is more like a well-timed flourish after entertaining scenes of the movie, not a desperate attempt to cram in some humor to trick the audience into enjoying the movie. The quips feel like jokes real people in those scenarios would make, or just a person saying something they don't know is unintentionally funny. I don't know if the humor is why the movie is good, though. I think the movie is good because the characters feel real. I think the reason that they feel real is because they're actually there. I mean, every single frame has some sort of painstakingly crafted practical effect, making it more similar to the Lord of the Rings movies than the Hobbit trilogy ever did. The only things in the movie that are CGI is things that they couldn't make practically even if they wanted to. Look, if I watched any modern franchise movie, 9 times out of 10 it would end with 2 CG characters fighting in a CG arena with CG powers. We've watched in real time CGI go from an admired spectacle of VFX into a means to an end, a slapdash crutch for studios to crank out more and more superhero movies. It's a shame watching what would be sets, costumes, and actors get replaced by computer effects, turning movies into 90-minute video game cutscenes. I never got that feeling with Honor Among Thieves. The actors are there, interacting with props on sets with people. What you see on camera, the actors are seeing in front of them. That's why we're immersed in the world. It's because the world is actually there. It physically exists among the characters who are also physically there. I mean, we could talk about the effects or the script, but I think the real heart of the movie is the people who are making it. There was a moment near the end of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves that made me fall in love with it. It was at the end of the movie in the marketplace fight where Simon and Safina were in a standoff with each other. The action slows down as the two stare each other down, and during this moment of extreme tension, a wicker basket rolls across the set like a tumbleweed in an old western. This one moment, this 3-second joke, a lot of people probably didn't even notice, completely sold me on the movie. This is the kind of joke that filmmakers include in their movies. Not a joke a board of executives trying to make the movie as profitable as possible, but a group of creatives trying to make a fun, quality movie. That one tumbleweed told me this isn't a minimum effort corporate product made for profit, but an earnest attempt at creating something enjoyable by creative people. That's what makes the movie good. It's the team of creatives who've been given as much creative control over the project as possible. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is the work of filmmakers who understand that the best way to take stuff like this seriously is to not take it seriously at all and to have fun with it. This is how franchise movies should be made. Get a team of passionate and creative people, give them the IP you're adapting, and just let them go to town. That's how you get reviews like this. It's a good movie, you should go see it. 8 out of 10.